When it comes to a project which is given to you, how do you prioritize and make sure that highest impact can come out of your work? What is a model which you can keep in your mind which makes you prioritize things in such a way that even if it is 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 years, or 2 hours, things still work? How? I'm talking very specific right now in terms of a project, a UX project which is given. You get a brief, then how do you think? Let us say you're given a week, but I come back in 2 days and take away your paper. Like you're writing an exam, in half an hour I snatch your paper and I evaluate you basis the half an hour work you did. What is the model which you can work with that even that half an hour you will still get very good marks? We'll pick the most impactful or the highest marks wala answer and something which you readily know. Correct? I used to do this. I was performing very decently in school and my technique was very simple. So I'm very grateful to my father for this. Do not approach the question paper in a linear manner. Go to the question which you know the best.
Yeah, you do
I'm the
that
best one.
first, attempt
Go
that
attack
first.
it, write it down, put it. Then you will start feeling a sense of accomplishment. Oh, three answers done. Very good. These I can do more. You start feeling very good. So anyway, that's good for examinations and answer sheet. Now let's translate it into UX projects. So if you translate it to the question paper analogy, the first most important thing you will have to do is you have to plan. You do not start a project like how you attempt all the questions in a question paper. You don't do this. I think every teacher does it and every examination does this. They give you the question paper 10 minutes advance. Why? So that you can plan. So the moment you get a problem statement or a project brief or whatever, you need to plan. Again, plan clearly means it is something which you will not be able to finish most of the times. You will try and maximize your efficiency. That's what planning means. Planning doesn't mean that if I don't do all of these things, I'll punish myself. That is not the way to plan. This is an emotional planning. Planning means I'll prioritize and I'll attack these things in such a way that I'll have maximum efficiency. And when you plan your project, the mental model is simple. Just like you answer the most known answer to start with, you start with what you already know. Simple. And in UX terms, we call this hypothesis. This is what I already know. This is how I think this problem should be solved. This is what I think the experience of the user should be. And what is the best way, even really within half an hour of giving a problem statement, right? You got a 1 week project, but within half an hour of you receiving a project brief, what is the best way you can write about what is that you know about the project and how to solve the problem? What is the best way to do this? Journeys. You can design a journey. Even if you get a half an hour, you can design a journey, correct? You can. Because I'm not saying design the best journey. You can't do that in half an hour. I can't do that in half an hour. But design a journey basis what I know right now, absolutely I can do in half an hour. No doubt. Will it really work for users? I don't know that yet. Anudeep, how can you become a very good designer if that doesn't work for users? You become a very good designer because in the half an hour, you didn't waste your time reading 300 articles and not delivering. You have one version which you can go and test with users right now. Even if nothing works, let us say you have 20 aspects in your project, 20 out of 20 did not work. You have 20 learnings of what will not work. That is more efficient, more valuable for a company than 300 articles which you have read and did not submit the project. Because you are thinking you are supposed to start the project by starting with heuristic evaluation, secondary research, competitor analysis, project paralysis. You do all these things, answer sheet will be snatched and you have a bad submission. You did not deliver well, which is exactly what happened, though 1 week was given. And that's how it will remain. That's exactly how it will remain. Because time won't move forward in this approach. It might happen in the examination as well. You're answering the first question, you're not able to crack it. So you're spending a lot of time. And then you realize there are a bunch of easy answers, easy problems which you could have solved, but you don't have time to do it. So you submit something hodgepodge. Has happened, correct? Same thing has happened now also. You can look at your files, very clear, nicely, competitor apps, this, that, so many things. Okay, great. Where is the initial hypothesis? Because you are thinking that you will become a valuable designer, your design is very valuable only if you do all these bunch of things. No, just no. You're doing all these things to become efficient within the time you have. You need to look at competitors, but when? After your first half an hour of putting your what you know journey is in the most rough sketch possible. You obviously you can't make high fidelity screens in half an hour, correct? Can you do that? Is there anyone so skilled in half an hour you'll pull off like very good high fidelity screens. You can't. I'll tell you why. Because high fidelity requires clarity. You don't have that much clarity when you start the project. The model is really simple. Keep this in your mind. The reason I'm talking about all this is to convince you that this is the right thing to do. Right thing to do. And literally, this is what you should talk about whenever any question is asked, whatever portfolio you present, whatever case study you talk about. This is what you talk about. How did you prioritize your time? Or in other words, what are the most important things which you did to use your time efficiently? Though I say present your journey or present your decisions within the journey or talk about the most important decisions, all of this is communicating simple things that this is how I utilize my time in the best manner possible in whatever time I had. That's it. That's it. That is what it is communicating. Always start off with what you know. You can always make a journey by yourself and then go keep refining it, keep making it better. Find out what you don't know and keep finding those things in the time you have and plan for it. Let us say I have a day. I will go and prioritize these few questions which I listed down as ambiguities. You make your initial hypothesis, you write down a bunch of ambiguities. Initial hypothesis is not written down, it's sketched out. Okay, you have a journey, it is sketched out. This is what I have, these are the ambiguities I have, right? In these ambiguities, let me now reprioritize again. With these things, let me go and find out examples. I will probably take a day for finding out examples and getting answers to these particular questions. And then I'll again put those things and improve the clarity which I have by revising my initial sketches. I'll refine. I will get, now I have more clarity. I will have more fidelity in the UI which I have done. Bring it back. Second day, you also have a journey, but you have a better journey. I snatch your question paper answer sheet right now, right? You still have design to submit. Third day, you want to validate it further. You want to talk to few people. You want to validate it further. You talk to them, you bring it back, put it in your design. Then you show your design, you test it with people, you get insights, you make your design better. In this way, in every point of time, you have something to submit. If you want to hire a designer, would you hire someone who behaves like this? Yes, you will. Like you want to build your website, your portfolio website, and you want to give that project to someone. You will not be patient to keep listening to all the stories of how many articles they have read and all the research which they have done. You will not be patient. Like, hey, can you tell me initially how are you thinking about how my website should be? Can you please tell me from what you know? Because you're the expert, right? You will have some idea. I don't think you are such a beginner that you, without even looking at anything, you'll not even have some idea. You're the expert. You'll have some idea. Yeah. This is how you'll think, right? So even if you have half an hour, there's something which you can absolutely do. That is, you can present your journey, correct? You can present your journey through the sketches which you do. Yes or no? Now, within the journey, can you talk about why you thought of a bunch of things in a certain manner and talk about why you decided about them in that particular manner? Now, when that thing comes, there are probably two things which will happen. One, use something external. Either say, in this half an hour, I actually went and looked at 3-4 apps, 3-4 products. And from that, I saw this is how things are happening. You can quote that. Or you can also tell things from your own experience. You can sketch something and you can present that in a journey. And you can also present what are the decisions you have taken in that particular journey. You can do it, correct? Now, what becomes better as you get time? Better validation. You look at more competitors. You talk to more people. You iterate more. You yourself think about that in a much better manner. You go deep into some of those things which you could not think in that particular half an hour. You're like, I will ask for height and weight over here. Great, but what else can I do? How better can I actually get their height or weight? Is there more relevant information? It's like a bunch of questions which I can club and ask and get. All these things after the half an hour. The first half an hour, most probably all you're thinking is, I'll ask for height, I'll ask for weight, I'll ask for this, I'll ask for age. No more than that. Let me end this with something which is going to blow your mind. That is, you do a lot of research, all the complete everything you do, and then what happens? You will not have time, and in that time pressure, you will only end up doing this only. Nothing else will come into your brain. All that research, all that thing, all that inspiration will not work out. All those heuristic principles, nothing will work out. In that time pressure, what will really come out is the most basic idea you have, because that is when you actually started the project, and that's what you'll submit, right? And therefore, better do it first and then keep refining it, and always keep your answer sheet ready for getting snatched. Adira. Okay, good now.